By the end of this video, you should be able to play Happy Birthday without the need for any sheet music. You should be able to play this song to loved ones, to play for yourself as well, and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. Welcome back to Toks Violin Academy. My name is Samuel, and I give you lessons, tips, tools, and all the secrets you need to take your violin playing from that beginner sound, intermediate sound, to that next level you're looking to get. Tutorials as well, everything you need. So if you're interested in that type of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification, because videos like this are coming for you every week and you do not want to miss any piece of it. Let's get back into this one. Good. So before we learn it, I'm just going to play it for you at a normal speed, and then we're going to learn it, show you the notes we're going to be using. So we have... Good. So now let's get into the notes, right? Before we learn the note for Happy Birthday, let's remind ourselves this. If you've not seen my video on this, the notes on the violin string, right? The full video is going to be right there. So after this one, you could go check that out. But to remind ourselves, let's say this is the E string, A string, D string, and G string. These are first finger, second finger, third finger, little finger. So on the A string, we have B, we have C sharp, we have D, and we have E. And on the D string, we have E, F sharp, and then we have G, and then we have A. So with this chart, we could play Happy Birthday song. One thing I want you to take note of, between B and C sharp, we have our C right there. So take note of that C. It's going to be very important towards the last line of Happy Birthday song. You're going to see why. So here the notes, we have two D's, E, D, G, and then F sharp. So all the notes are going to be on these two strings, on the D string and the A string, right? And then we have the second line. Most of the time, the last note of each of these lines are going to be longer, right? Then we have these are open D's. Then the next D with an apostrophe. Usually when you have an apostrophe with notes like that in music, means that's the higher D. So in that case, it's going to be the third finger on the A string and not open D string. I will show you that when we start playing it. Then we have B, F sharp, E, and then we have those two C's I mentioned to you. Good. So before we try this, right? Before we try this, I advise you do this first as a warm-up. Okay, so you play 2 counts twice for each of these notes. So let's say you do A, just to remind your fingers how to press and to warm them up as well. So A twice, 1, 2, 1, B twice, C sharp twice, and so on. In fact, this should be a very important part of your warm-ups, right? If you want to get really good on the violin, add this to your warm-up starting off, right? Do that all the way to little finger. Make sure to include it, and then you do the same thing for the D string. And after doing that a couple of times, your fingers will be much more ready to play this. Okay, so let's try first line. We have 2 D's, then E, first finger on the D, D again, G, then F sharp. That F sharp is long. And now let's try first line again. If you're having problem doing it that fast, take your time, pause or slow down, and then practice it slower. Let's go again. G, use as much bow as possible. So the more of the bow you use, the more you're going to express the sound better. It's going to sound better than this. That's because you're not dragging the bow out to actually make the instrument sound. So keep that in mind. If you've not subscribed to the channel, this is the best time for you to do that, because videos like this, tutorials to popular songs, lessons, tips, professional secrets, they're coming for you every week. You could literally transform your violin by just being a part of this channel. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification. In fact, hit the like button if you've gained value so far, even before we move back into the video. So let's get back into it. Having said that, let's try second line. 2 D's and E again. D, A now, open string. Then back to third finger, which is G on the D string right there. So going from that A to G, practice that transition. Sometimes just that transition could be what's making you sound scratchy. So practice any parts you come across and it feels as if it's just too difficult to play. Isolate it and practice, and then put everything together. Let's go third line. We have 2 Ds and then third finger on the A string. That's the higher D I mentioned to you. Then B, then G, F sharp, and then E. Let's do that line again together now. Good, and that's third line, and then we have 2 C's for last line. So C is between that first and second finger fret you have on your violin, right? So C is in that space right there. So it's going to be a lower second finger, very close to the first. So we have 2 C's, and then a B, G, A, then back to that G. Good. So haven't practiced it that way, you could start putting it together. When you're putting it together, think of playing this memorized, because like I mentioned to you, for simple song like Happy Birthday, we don't need it to depend on shit. Example, somebody say play Happy Birthday for me, you could just wake up and do that without having to ask them for the shit to this song. Alright, so let's play the whole thing together now. So you could use this as a play along slowly, and then we're going to add something else to it. So we have, then G, F sharp, A, good, B, G, F sharp, then 2 C's, and that's the whole thing. So once you've connected the notes, you could start gradually taking up speed, but do not speed up yet until it's smooth at a slow pace. Good. So if you noticed at the beginning, when I played it for you, I added vibrato. This handshaking thing I did. Right, so if you've heard of vibrato and you've been wondering how to do that, I've actually laid out a roadmap, exactly what you should do every step of the way to make sure you master that. Link to that is in the description, so you want to go get on that. So after you've mastered playing this, you could start your process of learning vibrato. If you've been playing the violin for about 2 months, yes, you could start attempting it, right? But vibrato is not for complete beginners that have never played the violin before. That's going to be a disaster. So keep that in mind. Go in the description now. You have vibrato, you have notes, sheet, you have tutorials to popular songs as well, all available in the description, and much more resources. So go get on it. This is the end for this video. So make sure you've liked, join the family, and I will see you again here in the next one. Keep practicing. It only gets better when you practice it. See you in the next video.